Today on Review This Thing, we're going to review this thing, the WizGear Magnetic Car Mount. If you're looking for an easy way to mount your phone to your car so that you can have easy access to it for making Bluetooth calls or for using navigation, then this might be just for you. As always on Review This Thing, I want to cover all 5 facts. The first piece of that is fit. Now we have one of these mounted in all 3 of our vehicles. It's pretty easy to mount. You just peel this off, and then once you get the backing peeled off, you just find the surface on your car where you want it, clean that off with some rubbing alcohol, and then press it down. I think you hold it for like 30 seconds or so, and then they say to leave it for overnight, 24 hours before you mount a phone to it. The nice thing about fit is that this is actually a pretty small surface. I know often car mounts have that big suction cup or like a big thing that you have to stick, but especially in my car, you can see it's fairly small. So I needed to find a place where I could sit it and it would actually fit, and then I could mount my phone. So this kit is actually a 2-pack, and it's like $14 on Amazon right now. So it comes with 2 of these guys, and then it also comes with several adhesive magnets that you just peel off the back and stick to the back of your phone. Mine is on the back cover because mine is a credit card holder, but most of them you can actually stick inside the cover and then put the phone in it so you can't even see it. The magnets fit really well on the case because they're not too big, but they're big enough to fit on this magnetic mount, and it just magnetizes right to the holder. And once you get your mount in place, you can see that you can rotate it, you can go up, down, side to side. So as long as you can find a surface that's about that big to put it on that's near where you want your phone to be, then it should fit perfectly just fine. So because of that, and like I said, we have it in 3 vehicles and it works fantastic. So because of that, I'm going to give fit a 5 out of 5. Now is the WizGear Magnetic Phone Mount as advertised. One big thing they talk about is that it's not bulky and won't take up a bunch of space. We've talked about that already. You can see, I mean, it's pretty small, and then the phone just fits right on there. So it definitely isn't bulky, doesn't take up a lot of space, again, like some of those things that mount with the suction cups. The other thing they talk about is that it won't block your air vents. So this particular kind, you don't have to stick in the air vent with your phone right in front. Where I have mine, it's a little bit, once I put my phone on it, it blocks the air vent just a tiny bit, but not enough to cause a problem. Same thing in our other vehicles, it does not block airflow coming out. So it definitely is advertised in that regard. It's also advertised that it fits most phones. Pretty much, if you can put the magnet on it, it should fit. It also is advertised to swivel, and I showed you a little bit of that before, but it will go up, down, side to side. It has this little ball attachment that it just pops right on, and so that piece right there will just pop on that, and then that way it can swivel around. It's a lot looser until you tighten that piece there, and then that just controls how easily it'll rotate. So that way if you put your phone on it, it's not just falling over. It's also advertised to have a strong magnet. I'll show you that here. It definitely holds our phones pretty well. We have iPhone 11 Pro, I believe, and have fairly sturdy cases on both of our phones and don't have any trouble with it coming off or sliding off. Sometimes it's actually a little bit hard to pull them off, so you have to just hold it just right to get it off sometimes. And finally, it's advertised to have a sturdy base. As I mentioned, we've had these in our cars for a couple years now, and so far I had not had any problems with the base at all. We did have a little bit of an issue with this plastic piece, but we'll cover that here in just a second. So the WizGear Magnetic Car Mount seems to do what it says it's supposed to do. Because of that, I'm going to give as advertised a 5 out of 5. Now onto construction and durability. As I showed you a little bit before, you just peel this off, you stick it on where you want it, and then once you have it stuck on there pretty good, you just take that piece and you pop it on, wait till it clicks, then you tighten it with that handy dandy little screw piece right there, and then you're set. So construction, it's very easy to use, and it holds up pretty well also. As I began to mention in the as advertised section, we've had them for a couple years and they've held up really well. The one of these we had in my husband's car, this piece right here just kind of disintegrated a few months ago. I don't really know what happened, but this piece here broke and we had to replace it. But the good thing is these are like $14 for a 2-pack, so we just bought another 2-pack and then just replaced this piece right here. So just popped it on, tightened it up. overall, 2 out of 3 we haven't had any trouble with at all. So I think in that regard, the durability is pretty strong. It's really easy to mount with this adhesive backing, and the magnets are also really easy to mount to your phone case as well. Again, we just had that one small issue there, but they're cheap enough to replace, and it lasted 2 years before we had to replace it anyway. So because of that, I'm going to give construction and durability on the WizGear a 5 out of 5. Now on to testimonials and reviews. I bought these from Amazon, so that's where I went to check out the reviews. This device has had over 13,000 reviews, and it gets a 4.4 out of 5. A vast majority of those obviously are 4s and 5s out of 5s, but as always, we like to tell you what negative experiences people have had. So what are the 1 and 2 scores? One of the things people said the adhesive didn't work at all. I'm sure there are some duds out there. Thankfully, we've bought 3 different packs and none of them have had a problem sticking either the magnets or this to the inside of your car. So unfortunately, I hate it for them, but I don't know what that issue was. Some people have also mentioned that the alcohol swabs inside the pack are dried out. So maybe those products have just been sitting around for too long. Again, ours were fine, no problems at all. A few other people complained that it doesn't stay tight and the phone flops around. The few times that ours have come loose, you just reach back and you just tighten that screwed piece in again, and it tightened right up with no problems. And then a few people mentioned that this plastic piece here came undone, or the plastic piece that we had trouble with broke. That is true, but it did take 2 years for that to happen. So for me, that was definitely not a deal breaker. As always, here on Review This Thing, we give it the score that we found for testimonials and reviews. So because of that, I'm going to give testimonials and reviews a 4.4 out of 5. Okay, the reason you're here, the reason you watched the video to this point, should you buy this thing? I would say 100% give these a try, especially if you're looking for something that's just real quick and easy. Stick it in your car, put the magnet on your case, and then everybody in your family can have some place whenever they're driving your car. All the drivers, that comes with enough magnets that you can have 5 different people driving the same car, and they'll just be able to pop their phone on and off right there. So it's safer, it's easier to manage and to look at. For me, the big thing with these is navigation. My car does have navigation, but I prefer Google Maps. So with having it mounted where I do, I can still see the road, not be distracted, but then also be able to see and look at the directions as they're coming up. Also, if you get a notification for a phone call, you can just easily hit the button, talk through your Bluetooth, and listen to those directions through your Bluetooth as well. So for me, this 100% did what I needed it to. Absolutely fit the bill for what I was looking for. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. You get a 2-pack for 14 bucks. The link is below if it's something you want to try. And for 14 bucks, why not give it a try? We have it in all our cars and I absolutely love it. So should you buy this thing? 100%, we're going to give it a 5 out of 5. Hey, thanks for watching our video. If you had the WizGear Magnetic Car Mount, please comment below and let us know what you think. Also, while you're here, watch a couple of our videos and subscribe to our channel. Also, follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. Have a great day.